The road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began. Now far ahead the road has gone, and I must follow if I can, pursuing it with eager feet until it joins some larger way, where many paths and errands meet, and whither then, I cannot say. Welcome, friends, to a glimpse of Shadow, the One Ring 2nd Edition micro-campaign. I am your Lorekeeper, and our tale begins in the Shire. In the, well, if hobbits named their cities in the way of men, it would be the capital of the Shire, but hobbits don't have such things. The town of Michel Delving, a prominent place full of many busy, bustling hobbits going about their business, all enjoying a busy day, traveling about the market. But we see one young hobbit in particular as she makes her way through busy cobblestone streets. We see Primula Proudfoot making her way down towards an inn on the farthest reaches of Michel Delving's main street. Kirsty, could you describe who we see running down?
Well, okay, let me try my best at this. Hello, everybody. I'm Primula Proudfoot. I am a hobbit from the Shire. I am 34 years old. And, well, as to what I look like, you can see me right there on the stream. I've got light brown hair, I've got green eyes, and I'm very tall and very mysterious for a hobbit. Very, very beautiful, I think. And I think that's about it.
And what kind of state is Primula in as we see her making her way through this busy, bustling town of Michel Delving?
What kind of state?
How's she looking?
Probably quite excitable. Sort of in a rush, but not like stressed. Just picking up the pace. Somewhere to be. Weaving
your way through, you see a couple of old toques pushing a cart full of wares, and you nimbly sort of dodge around it to a sort of glaring look from these older hobbits. Far too energetic for a Tuesday morning as it is, approaching nearly 11 o'clock. As you make your way to the Scalding Kettle, an inn just on the far side of Michel Delving, where you have quite an important little meeting to keep, in fact. And in fact, we can reveal the letter, or at least I would have done if I'd saved it. There we go. And I will, in fact, show this to all players so that you may see it. A letter to Primula. Dear Primula, I invite you to join me for elevensies at the Scalding Kettle Inn in Michel Delving on August 24th. I have an errand which I think your particular skills and adventurous spirit will find most agreeable. Regards, Master Bilbo Baggins, Bag-End, Hobbiton. P.S. If possible, bring a jar of your mother's raspberry jelly, as I'm quite fond of it on scones and have run out of my last one. And as you enter the Scalding Kettle, you can see that for 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, it is somewhat busy. There are a few hobbits bustling here and there, enjoying a paid-for elevensies breakfast. But dominating one corner, a large table laid out with an amazing spread. What sort of things would Primula... is Primula known for liking food-wise? Like, does Primula have like favorite foods that Mr. Bilbo Baggins obviously has heard that you quite enjoy, and made sure that there is some?
Probably any brown food.
Just
all of the beige food and the brown food, all of the bread.
Yes.
I'll put some jam on that.
Yep, perfect.
There's just anything. I'll take the lot.
Perfect. So there is, a lovely baked fresh sourdough loaf. There are cakes, various sort of baked goods, sausages, all of your favorite browns and beiges are present. And as you see him Mr. Master Bilbo Baggins, I should say, Master Baggins of Bag End, dressed in a fine green velvet vest with a little cape hung up on the chair next to him. There is a sort of walking stick leaning up against it, and Bilbo his hair is graying. He's an older hobbit, but he leaps up as if he's but a young man. Oh, young Lady Primula, hello! Oh, come in. Good to see you, my dear. Come and take a seat. Oh, wonderful.
Oh, hello, Master Bilbo. I've brought the jam for you. And I'll root around in my bag. I wouldn't forget. I nearly forgot. But here it is.
No, absolutely. Oh, I'm so pleased that you got my little message and were able to bring some. I do love your mother's raspberry jelly. I have to say, it's one of the best in the Shire, and best in the Shire, I think. Oh, yes, indeed.
Don't I know it? I have it every day on toast.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Why would you have anything else? No, come and sit down. And he sort of begins busying himself. He starts cutting, thick slabs of bread and pushing the butter and the cream and the jams towards you. Offers you a plate. There's a pot of tea that's been kind of set aside. And he says, "Oh well, it's I know that we've sort of bumped into each other around the Shire and things like that, but it's wonderful to properly get to meet you, my dear. I think I've got something quite interesting for you. Something that I think, yes, very very fitting that another Proudfoot should take up on. But yes, one thing I wanted to ask, my dear, just before we started, because this is somewhat important. Is it true that you stole the prize cheese of the free fair and hid it in the Mayflower tree? Is that true?"
Me? The prize cheese? I'm not sure I've ever heard of it. I don't think that was me.
You bet you haven't, you little rascal. And what about old Odo Bulger's mead barrels? I heard that you swapped them for spoiled milk in one of your pranks. Is that true?
Well, that one might have been me.
Oh, a jolly good jape, that. A jolly good jape, I say. Oh, not so easy to sneak into old Bulger's mead cellar. I tell you that now, my dear. I tell you that. No, this is good. Very good. Yes, you might have the right skills, I think. I think it does a hobbit very well to be hidden when they need to be. Just like when I was going up against old Smaug, let me tell you. Nothing better than the old hobbit sense of knowing when not to be rather than when to be. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, very, very good.
Absolutely, Mr. Bilbo. Well, I'm excited to see what you want from me.
Well, now, before, yes, it's a little bit of an errand, you see, my dear. It's a little bit of an errand. I wish I could do it myself, but young Frodo, he's still only little, and I think he really needs me around. Otherwise, I would be off in a shot. But no, I think it best that this be passed on to another Proudfoot. But we'll get into a bit. In fact, I think I can see my companion. I had somebody else come to meet us here. Somebody who will be involved in this errand. In fact, I can see. Ooh. Yes, Magnar, over here, my good man. And
yes.
We see coming to the table. I imagine carrying a round of drinks, perhaps. Perhaps.
Of course.
Of course.
That is only good manners.
Good manners
at this point.
Rythian, could you describe Magnar to us?
Magnar is a stout and stocky, but powerfully built dwarf. Big, bushy, black beard, sort of almost a constant frown on his face, as is common amongst many dwarves. Very proud of his beard, of course. Properly braided, and even like sometimes when he's feeling fancy, a little bit of jewelry woven into it, like that sort of thing. But right now, he's kind of all business, so it's a bit more straightforward.
Well, I imagine as a wealthy dwarf of the Blue Mountains, there is a little bit of jewelry and ostentatiousness coming.
I like showing off that I am a man of means. I don't like. There's a certain sense of pride in me that I want to make sure that I'm not some hobo walking around like some others. I'm a proper dwarf.
Yes.
I think in general, despite the frown on his face, he's pretty pleased to be visiting Michel Delving. he has a fondness for the Shire and the hobbits in general. Dwarves aren't exactly incredibly common here, but overall, he moves with a sort of pleasant joy to him.
There's an ease of your traversal through this place. Yeah,
particularly looking forward to having a nice meal and drink with Master Baggins, and also very curious to why he was asked to come here.
Yes, so you have, and again, the innkeeper, Old Hamfast of the Scalding Kettle. You are a known face around here. There's no raised eyebrows, of course, when Master Magnar comes by. Your favorite brew is already being poured into probably a couple of spare dwarven-sized tankards, which are definitely extra big compared to the Hobbit ones, and you sort of make your way over. Primula, you see this very well-to-do dwarf making his way over there, and again, Bilbo sort of jumps out of his chair and sort of waddles up to you and just very quickly takes your hand. Oh, my young Master Magnar, oh, it's wonderful to see you again, my boy. Wonderful to see you again. Come, sit. Now,
thank you. Good to see you too, Master Baggins. Hello.
Yes, of course. Now, Primula, I don't know, you may have seen Master Magnar through the Shire. Comes and goes on business, don't you, Magnar, with business trading in the mountains and ore and mining and all that sort of business, don't you?
Oh, it's happened.
Yes. Have you met?
Primula's got
briefly.
a mouthful of toast. She's like, yes. Yes, I think we might have met once or twice. And she'll shake
Briefly,
your hand.
no serious conversation.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Magnar.
It's good to meet you again, Primula.
Yes, well, if you didn't know, I used to know Magnar's father quite well. After the Battle of the Five Armies, he and I became quite good friends, and ever since young Master Magnar has been visiting the Shire, we keep in touch and have a good beer down here in Mickle Delving or up in Hobbiton. The Green Dragon and all that sort of business. It's all very good, but
not for me to boast about my family, but he's the Earth Splitter, my father. So,
yes, you should tell the story sometime. I'm sure
I will.
I'd love to hear it.
Get a pint or two in me, and I won't be shut up about it.
You do enjoy the stories, didn't you, Premier? I always remember you in the crowd when I would tell the stories of Smaug
yes, of
and
course.
the mountain.
I'd love to hear them.
Oh, excellent. Well, the reason that I've brought the two of you here together is I was asked by a very wise old friend of mine to do a little bit of research into some of our Hobbit records, Hobbit lore here in the Shire, and he's asked me for some collections of ledgers and letters that, in fact, actually belonged to a great ancestor of yours, Primula, a Wendell Proudfoot, who lived many, 1,000 years ago or some such, I believe, back when the kingdom of Arnor to the north, what we call Norbury, back when that was still a thing. And I've managed through various connections and a small amount of money to procure Wendell's letters and ledgers and sorts of things like that. But my good friend has asked me to deliver it to the village of Bree, the town of Bree, on the Old East Road. And like I said before, young Frodo is really of an age where I can't really leave him alone too long. And I thought I might be able to ask you, Primula, to deliver it on my behalf, this package of letters and ledgers.
Me? Oh, yes, of course. I would love to.
Well, I know that you're of an age now, and you've made it no secret that you're keen to get out of the Shire, and like I said, you've certainly got you've got a set of skills, my dear, that I think would be rather good for an errand like this. Like I said, you'll never. You'll always appreciate how good it is to not be seen when you don't want to be.
Well, I
a little sneak, then, is it?
Well,
sneak.
Not
meant in any negative way, of course, but.
Well, I'm sure that as a dwarf, Master Magnar, you would appreciate the talents of a treasure hunter, perhaps we should call it.
Now that's more like it. Treasure hunter, yeah.
Somebody who's very good at getting to places where they shouldn't be and getting out of places that they should. Is what I think.
Very good.
And yes, I would like you to deliver this package to Bree for me. And the road through the Shire isn't too much of a problem, but after the Brandywine, you never know what sort of danger there might be. And I know Master Magnar here is quite a warrior, quite skilled, and so I thought that he might accompany you on the road, if that's not too much trouble, Master Magnar, of course.
Not at all. Not at all. That should be not a problem.
Excellent, excellent. And what do you say, Primula? Are you willing to do this for me?
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Bilbo, and I'm sure Magnar will be the most perfect bodyguard.
Absolutely, yes.
Aye, there be no trouble where I'm about.
Oh, indeed, indeed, indeed. No, this is marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Now, there is one other. My friend said that he was sending one of the tall folk from Bree, someone that he trusts, and if my friend trusts them, I trust them implicitly. And they said that they would meet you outside of Delving on the road. A tall folk. I'm sort of told that don't be put off by his appearance. He may look a little bit rough around the edges, shall we say, but he's a dependable sort and knows the land around these parts quite well. So you'll have another companion with you on the road as well.
Well, if you think he's suitable, Mr. Bilbo, then I suppose we'll have him along.
Well, I've never met.
How would we recognize this Longshanks?
Well, it's very rare for one of them to be in the Shire for the first part, Master Magnar, so I imagine that you won't see too many others. But I'm told that he's quite fond of the halfling of the Hobbit pipeweed, so he may be smoking.
Oh, isn't?
Oh, yes, indeed. But so he may be smoking a long pipe and likely wearing a cloak of some sort. But you should meet him just outside Delving. I can't imagine there'll be many other tall men or tall folk about. But yes, he should just be waiting out there. And whilst I've never met the fellow, if my friend says he's trustworthy, then well, I'm willing to trust him on that. So he's a very, very wise and very, very trustworthy sort, my friend.
Well,
apparently,
I'll keep an eye out.
Yes, indeed. Now, are there any other questions that you might have, or shall we just send you on your way? Of course, help yourself to the spread. I've paid for it all. It's all paid for, so help yourself.
Magnar has already been eating quite a lot in between.
Yes, that sounds Primula.
I imagine
And
Primula.
drinking on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is
So
kind
he sort of like takes a big swallow and goes like, so, are you expecting any real kind of trouble, or?
Well, this is the thing, Master Magnar. It's we've been hearing rumors in the Shire. In the Shire, can't imagine you'll have much trouble at all. A few drunkards or maybe some loose dogs from some farmer's field. Nothing of any real sort of trouble. But once you get over the Brandywine, well, that's where things get a little bit more. Well, we've been hearing rumors, and apparently there's all sorts of strange shadows and strange folk coming and going along the east and west road, and. Yes, I just want to make sure that young Miss Primula's all right, just make sure that she has all
she
the
will
right
be.
people.
I
I'm
can
sure
promise you,
there's
on my
nothing to
word.
worry about.
On
Nothing
my
to worry
word.
about. But yes.
So you want us to deliver this package and then come straight back?
Well, I would say see what happens once you deliver it. As far as I understand this, all I really know is that these letters and these ledgers, my friend thinks that they might be connected to something else. He thinks that they might be part of some sort of riddle or secret or something like that. And if my friend thinks that the case, then So
That's not called upon me. I've always been not so great at those, I will admit.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure young Miss
Quite think
Primula
that way.
has got that. But as far as I understand it, my friend will have somebody there to help decipher the letters and the ledgers once you reach Bree. But it may be, Primula, I must say that if you prove yourself, they may ask you to help a little bit further, and you as well, Master Magnar, as well. If you can deliver this, my friend might ask you for some further help.
Well, I'm always interested in seeing more of the world, going on a little bit more of an adventure, and well, as long as we get paid properly, of course, not to bring up the
yes,
the realistic part of it all, but
yes, no, I can make sure that you're very well compensated. Yes, no, absolutely, Master Magnar. We can make sure that you're well compensated. I'm certain of that.
Good.
I've got a few things left over from what the company gave me long ago. I'm sure things that would be of interest to you, but perhaps my friend would have something as well. But young Primula, I must say, like, if you think it's too much, if you get to Bree and whatever they ask of you is too frightening or too much, then you come straight home, all right? We don't want any...
That's not likely, Mr. Bilbo.
No, I imagine not.
I'd go further if I could. Maybe Mr. Magnar can show me one of them dragons out there.
Oh, you certainly don't want to come across
see
one
a
of them.
dragon. I promise you that. Maybe a very small one, if there's any one of those around.
Well, you just watch yourself if you encounter any sort of dragon. Make sure you can always charm them. Make sure you tell them how brilliant and wonderful and magnificent they are. They love that.
Of course.
Good to get on their good side. But yes, it shouldn't take you. The trip to Bree is about 10 days from Mickle Delving, but most of that you'll be traveling through the Shire. It should be no problem at all. But yes, that's really it. If there's nothing else, I'll let you get on your way, I think.
No, I think that seems about right. Let me just finish up the meal first before we leave. Of course.
I'm wrapping food in handkerchiefs.
Yeah, it's like totally there to be done.
We need snacks for the road.
I'm eating it all now rather than saving anything.
Well,
Just
I'll have snacks for the road. You can't have anything.
Yeah.
And this is good, it's a good Hobbit late breakfast spread, right? There's a lot of well kept things that will, the bread will go a bit stale, but it's still good to eat in a couple of days and things like that. I think as well, the other thing is Bilbo would slip you just a couple of coins, Primula, and just sort of for the raspberry jam jelly, my dear, go get yourself a nice cloak or a lovely dress or whatever it is you want to buy. Little bit of pocket money for you there, sort of like an old grandfather, slipping you some coins, go on, here's a fine.
Refuses to take it back.
Yeah. He's just like, go on, take it. Go on. It's just for the raspberry jam.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bilbo.
Yeah, he's like,
I'll put it to good use.
Yeah, he's happily slips that into your pocket. And you are free to head off once you've finished your meal. Bilbo probably walks you to the door and waves you off with a sort of cheery, good luck, stay safe on the road, well travel, and sort of all that business, and kind of waves you off as you make your way. Is there anything you want to do before you head out of the gates of Mickle Delving, or do you just want to crack straight on with the journey?
I think Magnar was already quite prepared to leave. There wasn't really any minor things, so I think he's just mostly making sure that Primula is ready to leave, but noticing that Primula seems to be just bouncing on her feet already, getting the to leave. I'm not going to try to hold anyone back for any.
I think she's
prep,
pretty
really.
eager to go.
Very eager to go. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to have our very first roll of this system.
Oh.
So we can explain. We've done a nice bit of role play, and Zylus, we will get to you. I've got you set up. But I would like you both to make an awareness roll for me, please, as you make your way out of Mickle Delving. So I'm going to flick on the...
There is not anything particular we need to know about favoring or inspiring or anything, so it's just a pretty much straight up roll.
A straight up awareness roll for me,
Then
please.
let's see.
Whilst I quickly do some...
I'm very aware.
Someone is much more aware than me. That's good. Despite my difficulty, not
Nazi
actually
curse
being
of
that
rod
high.
rolls.
Nazi
No,
curse of
that's
Told you guys just have to just play Swords of Rythian Light and you'll be okay. So sorry, I was just sorting out something there. So I'm just going to show off a little bit what your character sheets might look like as well, so that people can see it, so I can kind of explain the mechanics a little bit. So let's bring up Primula's here, for example. So in this game, basically, you use a d12 called the Feat die, and then depending on your skill, you get to roll an additional number of d6s as well. And in this game, you are trying to beat the target number set by your three primary abilities. You have Strength, Heart, and Wits. And depending on how good you are at certain things, your target number for those things will be lower and lower. So for example, Primula has a strong heart, so her target number is only a 14 to beat, whereas her strength is 4, so her target number is 16. And what you're trying to do is you roll that d12 and then you roll the d6s and you add it all together and you're trying to beat that target number. And any 6s you get on the d6s count as additional successes, and they make your success even better than it previously was. So dear sweet Magnar, unfortunately, rolled what did you actually roll? A 3 on your d12. Yes. So that does not beat your
I think in theory, it's a d12, right? I'm rolling?
Yes.
So I would have needed the Gandalf rune to even
Yes,
succeed at
to
all,
succeed
because
at
my
all.
difficulty
Yes.
was 13.
Yes, but there are ways that you can add extra d6s. For example, you can spend a point of hope to give yourself an extra d6. You might be in favorable circumstances that will give you an extra d6. You can also help if you have your friends help you. You can also get extra d6.
Yes.
So there are still ways to succeed. And as you said, if you roll the Gandalf rune, that is the critical success and will always succeed. But Primula, you managed to roll a 16, which is a success, but you didn't get any extra sixes, so it's just a regular success for you in this case. So as you guys leave the Scalding Kettle Inn, you would notice, Primula, and you would notice that you are being followed. You don't catch a glimpse of who or what, but you get this kind of tickle at the back of your neck, and you sort of glance behind you, and you keep seeing a sort of shadow-like figure dart into alleyways or hide behind carts or behind walls, like every time you go to turn around to look, and you are certain that you and Magnar are being followed ever since you left the inn.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
I would be like, "Psst, Magnar, act natural. I think we're being
I
followed."
immediately don't act natural. I
Yes,
immediately
oh.
look around because immediately being told that is the first thing to make me not act natural.
What are you doing?
I'm walking naturally, walking very stiff, properly.
Doesn't look natural to me.
Perfect.
What's going on?
Well, the game's up now. We're being followed.
By who? By what?
I don't know.
I grab for my axe, just letting my hand rest on
That's
it.
not very natural.
Can you?
I'm just.
Can you? I think that's such a bold kind of statement for Magnar. Could you roll an awe roll for me, please?
Okay. So it's mostly just putting my hand on it, but it's very much
it's the physical
representative,
presence of just this
very much
powerful dwarf.
don't mess with me kind of a thing, or anyone to see to remind her this guy has a pretty big axe,
Yeah.
He's just
already.
casually reaching for
Just
that.
casually reaching for my axe. Don't
But
you worry.
I want to see what kind of impression this might make.
Oh boy, that was almost good, but then it became really bad.
Almost good, but not quite.
Gersara, honestly.
So, along with the Gandalf rune, there is the Eye of Sauron. And in certain situations, maybe not in this situation, but in certain situations, whenever you roll the Eye of Sauron, it might, shall we say, draw the shadow of the enemy towards you. It might have grave consequences.
I think he rolled an Eye of Sauron on the first roll as well.
No, 'cause you got
did
3
I?
on the
That's
first one.
good.
You
No,
got
that
3
one
on
was
the
just a
first
full number 3.
Yeah.
Was
But
it
this
just
one
a
was
three?
Eye of Sauron, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Eye of Sauron also counts as a 0, so it doesn't add anything to your roll.
Yeah.
So
that's
I
true.
think
Yeah, I
that,
see it.
you sort of put your hand on your axe and you sort of look, and you can see that all of the other hobbits around you suddenly are like, oh, and they sort of keep their distance and sort of, oh goodness
People
me,
looking.
oh, that dwarf looks awfully violent, and they sort of scurry off to the sides, and seem to be a little bit perturbed by this imposing figure.
Either way, whoever's following us knows I mean business.
Would you like to do anything else?
I think knowing that I didn't even see them in the first point, I'll let Primula handle any sort of trying
Sure.
to catch this person.
Okay.
I feel like I've not knowing that I rolled an Eye of Sauron, I feel confident that I've shown them not to mess with us, basically.
Perfect. Is
I
there anything
think-
you'd like to do, Primula? Yeah.
Once he does that, he's clearly drawing attention to us. So I think she'd probably just turn around to the last place she saw this person dip into and be like, "Here, you! Stop following us!"
Oh wow.
Amazing.
Okay, at that point, if Primula said, okay, then I'm no longer quote unquote acting natural anymore either. So, yeah.
Amazing.
He
Perfect.
never was.
I'm not even going to have you
Actually-
roll for this because sort of addressing the point directly, there's no need. You would hear a sort of a huff, a kind of harumph come from this alleyway, and emerging from the alleyway is a particularly dour looking hobbit woman. She carries an umbrella. She's well dressed, but you can see that it's like a very put on airs of wealth, that the things that she's wearing and the things she's carrying aren't really worth a lot of money, but they've been sort of painted or decorated to look like they're quite valuable. And of course, Primula, you know exactly who this is. This is Lobelia Sackville Baggins.
Baggins. I thought so.
When I see that it is just her, I immediately hand off the axe. Visible relaxations, it's just some hobbits, yeah.
You there? You're young Primula, isn't it? Primula Proudfoot?
Aye, that's right.
Well,
what are you following us
you
for?
Master Dwarf, what business did you have with old Bilbo there? I saw you having a meeting with him. What sort of business is old Bilbo up to?
What's it got to do with you?
Whatever business I had with him is just that, my business.
Well, you know that Bilbo, all the things they say about Bilbo and all of his connections, I'm just trying to look after the community here in the Shire, and we want to make sure that you're not up to any good. And I think she looks at you, Primula, and there is this, based on the things that you said to Bilbo you'd been up to, there is this immediate look like, yes, of course, Bilbo would be speaking with you, troublemaker. What's he got you up to, eh? Trying to steal something from the museum or some such, I bet.
Steal?
I'm on to you.
You think I'm stealing?
Yes, well, I know that it was you that took the prize cheese. I won that cheese in the raffle. I won it fair and square, and you stole it.
Bilbo's a
What do
hero.
you think I'm doing with a wheel of cheese? Where am I going to put it?
Fine, but I'm keeping an eye on you. I know that Bilbo sent you off on some sort of nefarious scheme. And she sort of wags her finger at you and then sort of pulls her umbrella up.
Mrs. Sackville Baggins, I'm not doing anything shifty. Everything we talked about in there was very much above board, but I can't go into it. It was top secret, and I'm afraid you were not invited.
Or can you give me a persuade roll, please, Primula? Let's see how well you can do on this.
I'm not great at persuasion. I'll try.
I think you're okay. Like two pips and a dice is pretty good.
I did pretty well.
Well,
no, I didn't. I failed.
16 you've got to try and beat. Unfortunately, got close. And as a reminder, don't forget you can spend your points of hope and stuff like that as well to try and boost your results.
Not for this.
She does not believe you. She just sort of wags her finger and very loudly so that everybody can hear. You and old Bilbo are up to something, and it's going to bring shame upon the Shire and the hobbits, and you're just as bad as the rest of them, Primula Proudfoot, and makes this big scene, and you sort of see all the hobbits around sort of begin whispering, and you know that gossip and rumor is going to spread out now, and that, because, Bilbo, he's beloved by some of the Shire, but some of the Shire does not like old Bilbo very much,
I
this
immediately
is certainly
start
not
sort
going
of
to help.
angrily grumbling, not like responding back, but Bilbo's a hero, and more Baggins for like Bilbo, better shot of. Yeah.
I think Primula would kick back too. She'd be like, "Aye, is that right? Well, Mr. Bilbo's more of an honourable hobbit than you will ever be, Mrs. Sackville Baggins.
She's
and
so shocked
if you don't
and offended.
mind, we have got places to be, and we don't have time to talk to you."
She's so offended, she doesn't respond, and you can walk away. Like, she's so, just upset that you've dared
What a
say
shock.
that. Yeah, she's just like, just completely gobsmacked, and you storm off and make your way out of Michel Delving.
Right.
You are just outside.
I've already failed my roll. I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just outside this town, this hobbit town, there aren't really like city walls or anything like that. Really, you're just sort of following lovely country lanes, and the houses get a little bit further apart than they were previously. You start seeing more like fields and orchards, and you realize you sort of come to the boundary where the town ends and it turns to just more sort of generic road. And on the road, sat on a little short wall, a cobblestone wall that's been propped up and is probably overgrown and covered with moss and things like that. Zylus, would you describe who they see?
Gladly. You would see a rather tall, in your perspective, kind of haggard old man sat on a tree stump, fully cloaked but dressed in rags. He's got kind of a dour expression on his face, and he is just enjoying some lovely old Toby while he's waiting for something.
And I think you don't need to make a roll here, Zylus. You have heard this dwarf coming. Maybe didn't hear the hobbit. Maybe this little hobbit, their footsteps are so light, even you struggle to hear her. But the dwarf, you could have shot him in the dark, as they say. And you have heard them coming, and you believe that these are the two that were mentioned to you in particular. Yeah, what do you guys do?
Is that him?
I imagine so. Can't imagine many more long shacks around.
Looks like
Oi,
us.
you there?
Hello, Master Dwarf.
Are you the one we're supposed to meet?
That's right. Yeah. Hello. I'm here to guide you to the old Bree. We've got a long way ahead of us, and I've been asked to keep you guys safe.
Oi. So who are you anyway? I'm Magnar, son of Magnus, the Earth Splitter himself, you know. This is, introduce yourself, Primula. Oh,
Primula
pleasure to meet you, Master Dwarf.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
My friends call me Huffer.
Huffer. Oh, I've heard about you.
Huffer.
You like the Toby, eh?
Who's Huffer?
The old Toby is one of the few pleasures I have left in life.
Aye. Well, I'm not opposed to a puff or so myself, but to be named for it, well, your father must have known.
I wasn't. Huffer is a nickname of sorts.
I see.
Maybe I'll reveal my real name in good time. For now, you can call me Huffer.
Oh, secrets, is it? Well, fair enough.
And I imagine, Magnar, that you know of the Rangers, right? The Rangers of the North. You know that
I'd say, like,
Go
yeah, I've heard enough and been told enough and know enough. I think seeing this man is like, oh,
Yeah.
like, because he doesn't exactly present himself as a great ranger in many ways.
He looks like an old man, like covered in a cloak and rags.
There's a bit of disappointment in Magnar's voice, which I don't think he's doing an incredible job at hiding. Like, he's not intending to be insulting, but I think like his adventure-loving mind that he's always wanted to see these things is the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna go travel with the ranger. I could do it. Nah, this some old guy who mostly smokes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think you would probably know as well that like most of the rangers do tend to go by a nickname. Very rarely do they have a name that they give out. So Huffer is quite, it doesn't surprise you that that's like a nickname. Well, company. In fact, and that is indeed what you are, for this is the founding of the company on Tuesday, the 24th of August at just past 11:30 in the morning, or maybe 12 p.m., let's say noon. The company is formed.
Hooray!
And you are now a full company, which means that you have 3 fellowship points. I'm going to show my screen a little bit here. So you have a tracking for the company. These fellowship points can be spent to replenish your hope points, which you can spend during adventuring and on journeys. You're also, you can see that we've got our 3 members here. We've got Primula, Magnar, and Huffer. And then as we get into our next journey, which is going to be the very next thing we're going to do, you're going to be able to set positions of what you do and everything else. And in fact, we are going to jump into a journey roll here. So I'm going to switch us over to the journey map.
Ooh.
And you guys can all see this, correct?
No.
Oh, I've not. How do I bring you? Activate.
If you
bring
yes,
there we go.
Oh, yes, there it is.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, obviously, travel and journeys are a huge part of the Lord of the Rings narrative and the mythos and everything else. Journeys are a big deal, and in the One Ring, we represent that through the journey, basically. And this works as you are going to plot a path. You're going to assign roles of, who is going to be the guide, who's going to be the lookout, who's going to be the hunter. And then we will see how your journey goes. And you may encounter events, you may encounter people, or perhaps dangers along the way. But this is very much sort of up to you to determine what journey you would like to take, how you would like to reach Bree. And I would suggest that you assign your roles, and whoever you pick as the guide does that by drawing a line on the map using the draw tool, and drawing a line of which way you would like to go, basically. For the roles in a journey, you have the guide, who is in charge of all decisions concerning route, rest, and supplies. You have the hunter, who is in charge of finding food in the wild, the lookout, in charge of keeping watch, and the scout, in charge of setting up camp and opening new trails. Because there are only 3 of you, one of you will have to take on 2 roles, basically.
Okay. I
would recommend the guide doubles up on a role, is probably the easiest way of doing it.
I am pretty good at traveling, so I would not mind taking that spot. Bam.
I think it's the same for. Okay, you just grabbed it.
Bam. It's decided. It's done. It's done.
This headstrong dwarf is like, I know the way.
I know the way. Let's go.
Yeah, we're not traveling.
It's not like the Dunedain have an entire know these paths incredibly well.
Listen, between in the Shire and all the way to Bree, I know
one person
the way.
who doesn't live here is choosing to be the guy.
I know the way. I've traveled these paths many times. It's mostly because, I think that is my best stats is traveling. It's my top stat by far.
Okay.
So I think that does make a certain degree of sense. I'm willing to just take a step back if you think so, but I have its favored, and I've got 3 pips in it. So
what I will say is the guide will make a travel roll. The scout, if there is an event that the scout has to deal with, will make an explore roll. The lookout makes an awareness roll, and the hunter makes a hunting roll. And it will benefit you to make sure that you've got good people in those roles, basically. So, and also, if you click on the items tab on Foundry, you will see a journey log, which I'm filling out as you go.
Perfect.
It includes by the way, the starting year is the year 2980 of the Third Age. We are in summer, and we are journeying from Mickle Delving to Bree, approximately 10 days of travel. You can also make notes and add journal points and things like that here as you would like to as well, because you are owners of this document. So, let me know who would like to be what in this.
Could you just repeat which roles?
Yes, absolutely.
If you open up the company sheet, if you scroll down,
it does tell you.
It will list under parentheses what skills are usually used for.
Yes. Okay.
So hunters do hunting, scouts do explore, lookouts do awareness, and then the guide makes a travel roll. And you will need to double up somebody. Whoever
good
is the guide.
At awareness. I've got 2 points in awareness, and it's one of my. What do you favored? Yeah.
So that means you get to roll twice and take the highest.
I'm favored in explore, and I've got 1 point in explore.
I have 3 points in awareness, and it's favored.
Well, there you go. You can do that then.
I've got 2 points in explore, and it's favored.
Very good.
This guy's just be better than me at everything, dude. Okay. I see how it
Hunting,
is.
however, I think.
How's your stealth?
My stealth? That's really bad.
He's an old man.
2 points. A measly 2 points.
He's always smoking.
Don't worry, I have 0 stealth.
They smell him coming.
Yeah, I mean, awareness, awareness is my best stat. I'm also good at explore. I am okay at hunting. I've got 2 points in it, but it's not favored.
I have nothing in hunting.
I have 2 point and favored in hunting, so I could probably go hunting as well.
Yeah.
And then you guys could pick explore or lookouts, basically?
I'm better at lookout. Or better as a lookout, better with awareness, but it's up to you. Whatever you prefer.
Well, like I said, awareness 3 points, favored, Explore 2 points favored. What was your points?
Just one less than you in both of them.
Are you favored in both as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do a bit of RP to like see how it comes to this, like how it.
Yeah,
but I want to
yeah.
get them set up so we can do the sort of
Yeah,
actual
definitely. So
At this
whichever one
point on,
would
if you have
prefer to do.
baseline stats, just like ultimately, like what do you think?
Yeah.
At this point on,
What would you
lean to
prefer?
narrative. What you
Yeah.
think you'd focus more on? Yeah.
I think probably
scout for Prim.
I'd be
for
exploring,
Primula.
and I think
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
I think it
I'll
makes
go
sense that
with
Huffer's
Probably
keeping a
looking out.
lookout, right?
Yeah.
Based on
Yeah.
the task that you've been given as well, Huffer. Perfect. Okay, great. And then Primula, just drag yourself to scouts. You should be able to just there you go. So that now has everybody set to a roll.
Cool.
Perfect. So the next part is, before we just do a little bit of RP here, is Rythian as Magnar. You pull out the map or whatever it is. I would like you to determine the route that the company will take to the village of Bree.
Am I basically drawing a line via the hexes?
Yes, please. Well, just don't worry about the hexes. Draw it as you want the
Okay.
road to follow. And I would suggest, like, the way that this works is you have to take into consider things like terrain. You can't just cross a river if there's not a bridge. If there are mountains, you can go through them, but they are going to make your journey harder. Same with like forests and things. So you want to kind of follow the road where you can. And this is sort of like a beginner's journey to kind of teach the mechanics here.
Luckily,
Yeah.
there's a nice road leading straight to Bree.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that'll be it. I do not have
You'd be
the
crazy to
permissions.
not just do that. Oh,
yeah,
do you
I'm
not?
gonna go this way and
We
then
could
here.
always go south and then
You're a
bounce
Foundry
back
expert,
up.
Rythian. How do I
this,
give you?
this.
How do I give you permissions to do that?
There should be under the game settings. You could go to user permissions, and then you should be able to to draw.
User
is
management?
this a thing? Yeah, that'll be the one. Yeah.
I think this
And then
kicked
you
me
can-
out last time.
It looks like it kicks you out, but
Yeah.
We're still in.
Oh,
It's just
okay,
you
you're
get the
still
different
in.
screen up for a
Okay.
moment. Yeah.
I will just
So yeah.
temporarily transfer
So
this.
configure permissions in the middle.
Oh yes, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and then
Um,
there's drawing there somewhere.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is good to know. I've got to find it now. Use drawing tools. Okay, perfect.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, perfect. Save and return.
Ah, there we go. Immediately available. Okay.
Perfect. This is my first time using
So-
Foundry, everyone, by the way, so that's why I'm sort of
Yes.
figuring it out as I go.
Okay. Yeah, so the plan is a pretty straightforward path by literally
Straight
following
away.
the road.
Yep, perfect.
There you go.
That is bang on. It's important that you draw it because then I can determine on the hexes, but also I might have secret knowledge about certain areas that are perhaps more dangerous than others, and you might not necessarily know what that is. So in fact, to do that, I have to consult the big book just to see
Big
and be like, what sort of dangerous areas are in? I see. Alrighty, perfect. So, if you would like to tell me how this decision of the company and who's leading and who's doing what, tell me, how does this look in terms of the narrative? We see you guys at the side of the road. Magnar has pulled out the maps. Have a brief moment to discuss. I see what this looks like.
All right. Well, if we're going to Bree, as a side note, by the way, I didn't intend to go quite this heavy on the Scottish accent, but then Kirsty busted out one of the best Scottish accents I've ever heard, and I think she sort of infected me a little bit, and now it's very hard not to be.
I have
my
been
accent is going to
practicing
be-
all week.
Yeah.
My accent is going to be not Scottish at all. It was also just out of nowhere that just happened. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I love it. I think it's very fitting. I'll make up for it with NPCs that aren't Scottish. So
Yeah. All right, well, let's get ready then. I have a map here if any of you need, but surely you've been to Bree before. Have you been to Bree, Primula?
No, I've probably been close, but not all the way to Bree.
I imagine that your family, Primula, have probably never not let you, but have always kind of tried to discourage you from crossing the Brandywine.
Yeah,
You've probably gone
yeah.
as far as the Brandywine itself, but never really much further than that.
if I
Yeah,
might
exactly.
make a suggestion, little lady, I would recommend you stick close to us. Bree is filled with some unsavory folk.
Well, I think I'll be just fine, thank you. But I suppose I'll stay close. But I'll be alright.
Well, in terms of where to go, I don't see any particular reason for us to deviate much from the road. Let's just travel straight east over the Brandywine Ridge, straight down to Bree. It shouldn't take too long.
Perfect.
After you, Master Dwarf.
All right,
Lead on.
let's get walking while we have the sunlight.
All right, perfect. So let's do our first journey roll. So the way this works is the guide will make a travel roll, and this will determine whether you succeed or fail or get a great success, how far along your journey before you have an event. And that could be a good event, it could be a bad event, we don't know yet. This is just to determine where on your journey this happens. The more events you encounter, likely the more fatigued you will be at the end of the journey. So less events is good, but if you get good events, they can also lead to some fun things as well. So I would like a travel roll from you, please, Master Dwarf. I'm not going to modify this, as this is an era where, whilst you are in the Shire, the shadow of the great enemy is growing, and that doesn't mean that even the Shire is 100% safe. So this is just going to be a straight roll.
Okay. Straight roll. Here we go.
Favored with 3 dots. Oh, this is going to be quite
more
good.
Like it.
Excellent.
Great
So
success.
a great success. So what that means is you get a success plus 1, basically. So
Nice.
If the travel roll was a success, the event takes place at a distance of 3 hexes plus 1 for each additional success rolled. So you are... How do I change the color on a pen?
So in the
Figure.
drawing tools, there's a little configure drawing cogwheel at the bottom, and then you change it, and then make sure you press enter. If you don't, it doesn't save. yeah.
Okay. So, how do I... Oh, please let me draw. How do I draw with a little... Draw freehand. There we go. This is me desperately trying to learn how to use Foundry for the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, just before the Brandywine Bridge, this would, as you travel, and you travel for a few days, you make your way through the town of Waymeet, another large hobbit city or town, onwards to Bywater, which is the crossroads of the 3 Farthings. And in fact, you pass the 3 Farthing Stone, a monument erected long ago as the sort of central point of the Hobbit lands in the time of Norbury, or the Kingdom of Arnor, when it was first founded. You continue along the East Road to the village of Frogmorton, and then onwards to Whitfurrows, which is just before the Brandywine Bridge. Now, I would like... should I roll? I'll roll this. Let me make a little roll here. I'm going to roll to determine what sort of event we get. In fact, actually, I think I built myself some rollable tables. So I'm going to roll on this to see what we get. What was that result? Despair.
Oh god.
Oh no!
If the event fails, so this is gonna be very interesting. All right, let me see what kind of event we get, and see if I can make it make sense. If not, I'll work with you guys. Fading vigor. Okay, so you have been traveling. I know how to make this work in with some of the law, some of the things that we've established. So you have been traveling, and you have there's been no need to hunt, really, because as you've been traveling, you've been stopping at Frogmorton and many of these other places, buying supplies as you need to. However, when you reach Whitfurrows, it seems that perhaps your encounter with Lobelia Sackville Baggins has reached ahead of you. And
oh boy.
Everybody, the traders and the merchants see this tall folk, this very angry and sort of, violent looking dwarf, and a known troublemaker hobbit
What the hell?
making their way. And you struggle. The merchants don't want to do business with you and things like that, and you're sort of forced to go off the road to scavenge some supplies. So I would like, and this would be you, Master Magnar, as you are the hunter, to make a hunting roll, please. as you are sort of forced to go out and poach some local woodlands, find some like local things. Also, this could be like, you couldn't buy anything in Whitfurrows, so on the road you've stopped to try and gather some things.
All right. Let's see if we can find a little bit to fill our bellies. Here we
Please find
go.
something, Magnar. I ate all of my snacks when we were passing the Hobbiton.
What do you think happened? I didn't even bring any snacks. I ate them all before we left.
Well, maybe you should have tucked some away.
Well, it's good to say that now. You should have told me then.
I did.
And
I
this
don't
is
remember
about
that.
4 days into your journey as well.
Yeah. This is like when you finish eating all your popcorn before the movie even starts.
Yeah. So a hunting roll, please.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Hey, now we're
favored.
talking.
Excellent. Okay. So you succeed at the roll. This is still going to cost you some fatigue, though,
Okay.
as you are forced to do that, which I believe. Let me just double check. Using the skill. No, that's the same. Oh no, I think it's because you succeeded. You're okay. This is my first time running the system as well, so I do apologize. I might be getting some things wrong. But yeah, Magnar, you managed to find a few things. I do think you still gain the fatigue, because I think that happens regardless.
That does make sense.
But you don't gain the other effect, which, by the way, if the roll fails, everyone in the company gains a shadow point. Now, a shadow point represents your overwhelming dread, your fear, your sense of hopelessness. And if you ever get to a stage where you have more shadow than you have hope, you become miserable, and you go mad basically, and slowly get more corrupted by the evil of Sauron. But
when I run out of food.
Magnar, you manage to go off the road, and you catch, several rabbits. You find some good mushrooms. This is Hobbit land. The land is fertile.
Yeah, it's good.
You're close to the Brandywine. Perhaps you find a little tributary, and you manage to do a bit of fishing one day, and you manage to resupply everything that you could possibly need. And luckily, although there is a little bit of fatigue, you do manage to keep the company going, basically.
Hey.
So
do we add a fatigue, or?
Yeah, do we add that to our sheet?
If you go to your items and you see the journey log that I have added there, you should be able to see it.
Yes, indeed.
And then there is travel fatigue under the company.
Yes.
So everybody would gain 2 points of travel fatigue. Magnar, you only have to put it once. You don't have to put it in both columns. It's just you're doing 2 rolls. And then 2 points for Huffer. Perfect. So what fatigue will be is at the end of the journey, you get to try and reduce that fatigue, but any fatigue you have left, it will impact your carrying capacity, which means that you'll get more weary and more tired quickly, but it will also go away if you take long rests, basically, when you reach a point of safe haven, which you are not quite at yet.
Do we put the fatigue on our character sheet under the load?
No, I think it
automatic?
should add it automatically.
It doesn't have it there at the
It
moment.
hasn't seemed to done that yet.
Let me check. Let me check the rule book, because also I don't know how much is automated in this.
Yeah.
Fatigue 69.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. So they temporarily raise your play hero's load, so you do increase it. So if you could please increase your load temporarily by a 2. So load represents how much gear you're carrying, and if your load is ever higher than your current endurance, then you become weary, and that has a pretty negative impact on what you're doing. But Magnar, you managed to gather a bunch of, you fish, you get some supplies, you settle down for camp, and you manage to stave off any sort of impending dread. But you do feel all a little weary.
First step of a long journey.
Yeah.
A little bit of,
You settle down for the night. Probably find a point on the road, or maybe a little roadside inn. You buy lodgings and stay for the night. That is the first part of the journey. We then basically repeat the exact same thing. So we have the guide make another travel roll to see when we get another event, and then if there is an event, we roll to see who it is and what happens, basically.
Okay, then let's see how the next leg of the journey goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Another
That's
great
also
success.
a great success.
Hell yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this one, I'm not going to roll because I had prepared a little something.
Interesting.
For
fact,
that
actually, no,
specific hexagon.
I will, for that specific hexagon. I will roll actually a journey event, but another thing is going to happen as well. Because there might be certain things that happen. So let's see what happens. Let's roll and see what result we get. A mishap, okay. And on a mishap, what kind of suggestions could we get? I made like all these extra little rolly tables for me. Rough terrain. So this is our explorer, which I believe is the scout. So this is going to be Primula.
Oh, that's me.
So you're sort of keeping Magnar's kind of directing you via the maps, but as you cross the Brandywine, this is terrain that you've not encountered before, and the road becomes quite hilly, and you pass by the old forest, which you can hear the trees almost seem to be whispering and calling to you as you pass it. There is something ancient and old and unsettling about the old forest, but your journey keeps you to the road. But then once you see the last few trees of the old forest past, you enter into the territory near the South Downs, the Barrow Downs known as.
Ooh.
And you begin to make your way through gullies and valleys, and the road becomes broken, and you lose track of the road for a little bit, as it looks like most of the road has been washed away and maybe some summer rains or a flash flood or something like that, and the terrain becomes very rough. Can you make an explore roll for me, please?
Yes. I've not been this far before, so it might not go too well.
I don't like. Oh, it does not. Oh, I see that dice.
Okay.
I don't like how these trees are whispering.
So
it's in my head.
As Primula, so the consequence of this is it's going to add a day to your total journey length, so it's going to take you a little bit longer, and you're going to gain an extra point of fatigue. So everybody else gains 2 points, and you're going to gain 3 points. And I'd like you to what do you think causes this? What happens with Primula that causes this failure? Given that it's rough terrain.
Rough terrain, yeah.
A mishap in rough terrain. Is this like you get stuck? Like you kind of trip and get like stuck down like a hole, like you kind of fall into like a ragged part of a valley, or is this like you kind of lead off the path?
I think maybe like the rough terrain makes it hard to follow the road, and perhaps we lose a little bit of the light, and then something like that happens, like you say, a mishap, and maybe like falling down a hole or getting caught somewhere and like getting a little bit of an injury or something like that,
And I love the fact that you said as you're losing the light there, because this happens after dusk. The sun is basically setting, and you're kind of making your way across this rocky, broken, sloped valley. The road probably would have once followed it, but the road has become broken and uncared for. This stretch of land between Bree and the Shire is not particularly well patrolled, and in fact, Huffer, when you came back this way, probably about sort of 10-15 days ago, this was looking pretty dilapidated, but it's gotten worse ever since. And Primula, as you're trying to guide over and maybe put like a piece of rope or something to like help your companions get across, you stumble and fall and go tumbling down into the valley, and your friends come down to try and pick you up. You're okay, you're not injured, but you're fatigued, you've kind of maybe twisted an ankle or something like that. And you're looking up, and now you've got to kind of work your way round through the Barrow Downs and through the hills to try and make your way back to the road. And as the last few rays of light fade, you all hear a very ominous as the sound of wolves begin to sound. But Huffer and Magnar, you hear something else. Primula, you don't really know what to make of this, but Huffer and Magnar, along with that howling, you also hear a very sort of distinct as a goblin horn is sounded.
What's that?
And we are going to
This is under
go
trouble.
into our very first combat for
Oh,
this as
snap.
well.
Oh, shit.
And again, do bear with me. This is my first time in Foundry and everything else, but I think I've got this. So I'm going to bring you all to the battle diagram. Which is not a battle map. This is because the way that combat works, we'll get into it a little bit. I'm going to bring up my combat encounter, but also I need to switch us to our battle music as well.
Ah.
Okay. Stop that and play. Play music. Why are you not playing? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. It took some time.
It took some time. So, combat in the One Ring is determined in a very sort of set routine. This is not like a battle map like we get in D&D. Instead, it is a little bit more narrative. It's a little bit more theater of the mind. Kind of imagine it. And the way that it works is you will pick positions in a sort of combat position based on 4 to 5 different kind of combat stances. Rearward, which means you are at the back and probably firing a ranged weapon. Defensive, which is you're in close combat, but you're looking to protect your allies or yourself. Open, which is a kind of flexible stance that you can be a bit defensive, you can be a bit offensive. There's no penalties, there's no advantages. It's kind of like a balanced stance. You can be forward, which is you are out in the open, come and fight me, wide open, but you are ready to engage and deal the most damage you possibly can. The scene that we see is just 2 large wolves appear at the top of one of these hilled vales, looking down as the night is basically fallen upon you. And accompanying them, scurrying up the alongside these wolves, are 4 hunched, wretched-looking creatures dressed in ramshackle leather bits of armor, and all of them wielding nasty-looking short bows and long knives. As these goblins and a pair of wild wolves have come out of the South Downs, and they look hungry, ravenous. But rare that they would be so bold to attack people on the road. And we begin this combat with something called the opening volley. So that is all of you, anybody who has a ranged weapon, starting with the player characters, you get to make a free shot at a target, any target you would like. So I believe that is Primula and Magnar. You both have bows.
Yes.
But Huffer, you don't have a bow, do you?
I do not.
Okay, so you won't be able to fire in this opening volley, Huffer, but Magnar and Primula, you get to go first. If you select your token, which you should be able to do.
Yep.
Why can I not select tokens? It's because I'm not on the token control. And then you hover over the target and press T to highlight who you would like to shoot. And let's go with Magnar first. So, you would hover over a target. Who would you like to shoot at? There are 4 goblins and 2 wolves.
Magnar inherently has more respect for the dangers of a wolf rather than these piddly little goblins.
Sure.
So I'm going to take a shot at what I'm imagining is the closest wolf, seems to coming the closest thing. So taking a shot
at this point, they're on top of the hills. So yeah, you can do on both of those. Perfect. Right. So if you look up at the top, there should be basically like a shortcut of drop downs, like stats, skills, combat traits, miscellaneous.
Yes, indeed.
If you hover over combat, perfect. Yeah. And then click bow, it should bring up your bow stat immediately, and it should factor in like all the wolves' defenses and everything else, and then you just get to roll. Don't forget, you can spend hope as well. Like, you're probably going to get to rest when you get to Bree, so it might be a good chance to roll some hope.
Yes. So how much benefit do I get from hope? Is it 1 to increase my result by 1, or how does it work?
Hope, it will add an extra d6 to your roll. So it's pretty good because it can give you that extra success, but it can also add anywhere between 1 and 6 to your total result.
Okay. I will go ahead and spend a hope on this then.
Okay, great. This is your opening volley.
If I click open bows, I will be able to hope point bonus. Bam. So I'm spending 1 hope.
You can click on the little d6 and it will add it, and it will automatically deduct it from your hope as well.
It does indeed. All right. Let's see how this goes. Might not be great. Because I'm not. Bow is a last resort for Magnar. He's.
This is exactly why you carry it, right? For this, like, you get a couple of shots off, and then you draw the axe, and you get into close combat.
Yeah. So let's see. Oof.
Probably not enough. The
Almost.
arrow, the wolf comes charging down. You loose a couple of shots at it, but this thing is quick. It's so dark, and it slinks in between the shadows. Its black fur almost blending in with the dark grass as the sun is setting. So that's your opening volley done, Magnar. Primula, you get to do the same thing. Who would you like to target?
I have targeted this wolf.
The same one?
The one on the right. Yeah, is that the one that Magnar went for?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okie dokie. And I'm going to fire my bow.
Again, don't forget you can spend that point of fate.
I will not use hope just yet.
Okay. Now, I will warn you that all those goblin archers are going to get to do the same thing.
Ooh,
a great success, though. So,
nice.
did that give you a pop-up, Kirsty, where you can select to do extra damage and a bunch of other stuff as well?
Yeah, I can heavy blow to add 4 damage.
Yeah, pretty good.
Or I can add 2 to the feet die. Yeah, I'll do the 4 damage then. And then I press submit?
Yeah, basically what you can do is, well, here's the thing I'm going to tell you, though. So you rolled an 8 on your D12. One of the options you can do will allow you to, if you ever roll a 10 on your D12, you can do what's called a piercing blow. And a piercing blow is the opposing character has to roll to see if they can shrug it off with their armor. And if they don't, it inflicts a wound. And on most low enemies like this wolf and these goblins, 1 wound is enough to kill them outright. So if you did that, you could score a piercing blow instead. Or you could just do damage, extra damage.
Okay, so right now I can just do the extra damage, right? Or
if you want to, or you could do the pierce. Yeah, you can do. I think it's called
pierce. I can do the pierce.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can.
Well, let's try that then. Let's see.
Okay. So piercing blow. Wild wolf needs to make a protection roll test. Okay. So it only has 1 d12 against this. How do I roll that armor roll? Against 14, because your weapon has an injury rating of 14. I am going to... I don't want this wolf to die. So I'm going to spend a point of hate, which is a resource that I have to add a d6.
Wow.
What?
He hates us, guys. He
hates us.
I hate you. But I fail.
Oh.
The wolf's hide is not enough. And you watch as Primula, your keen halfling eyes, you just put one of these arrows right between the wild wolf's eyes.
What do your hobbit eyes see?
Good shot, lass.
I got it.
How do I... I know I could do a thing where I could just mark it as dead. There you go. Perfect. So even before anything else gets to go, Primula, Magnar's arrows fire around it, but your keen eyes, that dark vision of the hobbits, you nail it through, and you just hear this as the wolf, this vicious, horrid thing, corrupted by these goblins, goes tumbling down. And you now have some bad news. And that is that these goblins now get to shoot all of you. And I'm going to have them, they're going to take 1 shot at each of you. And then I think, these are goblins and there's a dwarf here. So Magnar, you're going to get 2 shots, I'm afraid.
That makes sense.
So Primula, I'm going to shoot at you with my bow of horn, with this first goblin. And that is going to be a great success for me. I'm just going to choose to do extra damage. Could you please take 6 points of endurance damage?
How do I do that?
So you can do it on your character sheet, or
if you right-click your
token, you can
at the
do
bottom, you can then minus this.
Oh, okay, excellent.
All right, so that's my first blow, and then Huffer, I'm going to make a roll against you now.
When do we make armor rolls and stuff?
So your armor rolls come into play if I get a piercing blow. So if I get a wounding blow, you then use your armor to try and stop that. Otherwise, it uses your parry score, which is determined by your character sheet to determine how hard you are to hit. It does not help when I roll like an absolute demon.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes.
So, yeah, I am just going to, I think I'm just going to do loads of extra damage to you here.
Oh, boy.
That's 9 points of endurance.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the green number, right? Below
That is,
my character.
yes, the green number below it, yes.
Okay, so I'm on 19
Bilbo, I've
now.
got bad news. Huffer didn't make it to Bree.
And then Magnar, 2 of these shots are coming your way.
There we go.
That is a piercing blow. It's a normal strike. Magnar, so this is where you need to now roll to see if your armor can overcome this arrow, basically.
Yes. So I first took damage, right? So can I maybe just click this?
You
no,
don't.
that's the thing,
So
okay.
yeah, you would take 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can just click it. Right click. Yeah, apply
no,
damage. Right click, apply damage. You can.
I don't have that.
would you- on the
I
actual,
see.
like,
I'm
little
trying to
text.
figure out exactly like how the system works, but this says I can click on the 3 damage to see the full result, but I don't personally have an easy way to apply the damage, which it looks like you do, but I don't mind. I don't mind just easily swapping it. So yeah, minus 3.
Yeah, minus 3.
And then a protection roll test against it.
Yes.
Here we go.
So yes, when you do protection, if you click on armor, so if you go on your character sheet and click on armor, or
I
you can do it from
should
the
be able to
context
just
menu.
click the protection roll test in chat.
Yes.
This seems to get it up
Yes.
for me.
Yeah, or the thing there as well on the
Yeah,
sidebar.
I have quite a lot of protection, so let's.
Fingers crossed. I
let's
would
see.
like this
There we go.
not to wound you, but we'll see.
Yes. I don't think I need a hope, but I guess we'll see.
Magnar is protected. Okay.
I
You
am a
nailed
Yeah.
it. Smashed
tough
it.
lad.
So
Tough
you do
lad.
take the endurance, but it is not a
Yes.
piercing blow.
Yes.
Is this like your armor? Is this your shield? What is this that protects you from
This I think this hits me like right after as I'm swapping from bow to get my melee weapon out, my axe. So I don't have the shield out and about at the ready.
Gotcha.
So this is like I just about catch the bow coming, and I leap a little bit to the side, and it sort of like clanks up on my armor rather
Your
than
pauldron.
hitting deeply. Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing with this, right? When you get dealt that damage, right? It's not hit points. That's your endurance. So it's not you actually like, Huffer just took a nasty strike, but that doesn't necessarily mean he got hit by an arrow. That might just
Yeah.
mean that like he's exhausted himself, like diving to the side or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that there is still one goblin.
Another
to shoot
one
at you,
coming
though.
my way, of
Yeah,
course,
there-
of course.
unfortunately. And these goblins are pretty nasty. But I think that's actually the
this
first
time-
miss, so this one actually misses.
Yeah.
So perhaps put off by what an impressive display of might.
Crunk and like hunker down, and I think at this point on, I have the armor up and ready, and like I
Yeah.
can see it coming, and I dodge out of the way.
Perfect. Right, so that is the opening volley. So now you guys get to pick which combat stances you want to get in. And think of this narratively, right? Is this like Huffer running forwards, like weapon drawn, like come and fight me, come and face me, goblins? Or is this like maybe taking a more defensive kind of stance to try and protect yourself? Is this Primula kind of sticking to the back and finding cover to try and shoot from? What positions? And if you would like to, just drag your tokens onto the area of the sheet where they would like to be. I'll move my goblins
Mechanically
out the way.
different. What are the mechanical differences between forward open and defensive?
That is a great question, and I will explain that to you now.
Excellent.
So, if you are in the forward stance, all of your attack rolls gain an extra d6, but any attacks coming back at you also gain an extra d6. You can also use the Intimidate Foes combat action, which is you basically make an ore roll, and you can impose a penalty onto any enemies that still have for the rest of that turn, basically. But you don't get to attack. The open stance is there's no benefit or disadvantage. It's just a flat roll, but you can also use the Rally Comrades action, which is you make an enhearten roll. On a success, all player heroes in the forward stance gain a die on their next attack rolls. If you gain additional successes, you can affect other allies in different combat stances. Defensive is any attack rolls against you lose a dice, but you also lose a dice on your attacks. And you can take the Protect Companion special action stance. stance, which is you make an athletics roll. On a success, the next attack aimed at the protected play hero loses a dice plus another dice for each additional success. And then finally, the rearward stance is the only stance where you can use a ranged weapon. You can only use it as long as there aren't you're not outnumbered and your allies are like engaging the enemy. And also you can take the prepare shot action, which basically you make a scan roll and then you get to add dice to your next ranged attack. So it's like you taking aim, basically. So Zylus, let's start with you. What would you like to be as Old Huffer? What's Old Huffer doing?
Old Huffer, he this is not his first rodeo. He's seen far too many battles like this, and this is just a band of goblins. He's seen far worse, so he's going forward.
Great. Perfect. Okay, let's use this one over here then. Perfect. So Huffer, you rush. What are you doing as you move forward? Are you drawing your weapon? What does it look like?
Yeah. So I draw my two-handed sword.
Oh, from like the back of the cloak, like
from
not
from the
unseen.
back of the cloak. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, no one had seen it yet. It was just hidden there.
Didn't see this pig sticker before. That's a big one.
And I think I attack one of the goblins.
All right. Well, you don't need to make an attack yet. We're just going to determine who's where to begin with, and then I'm going to place my bad guys. So Magnar, where would you like to be?
I think at the moment, in Magnar's is like, I cannot let Primula get hurt already. Longshank seems to know what he's doing, but I'm going to make sure that Primula is defended. So I'm going to take a defensive stance, I think.
Perfect.
Giving me the option to do that if needed. Would that be instead of an attack, the defensive? Or
yes, it is instead of an attack.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then Primula,
either way I want to be here, I might just attack instead, but like I'll be in defensive stance.
You're still probably going to get attacked in melee by a creature, right? But you can defend. And Primula, I'm assuming you would like to stay in the rearward stance and fire your bow.
Kirsty?
Hello?
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking, but I was muted.
You were muted.
Wow.
I'd like
okay.
to use my bow, so I think I'm going to stay here.
And stay in the rearward stance. Perfect. Okay, so now I set my bad guys, and the last remaining wolf is going to dash and immediately engage with Huffer, the first thing on the force. And then what I have to do is I have to assign an enemy to every one of you in a close combat stance, right?
Okay.
So this goblin basically is forced to rush up, like draws his little jagged knife and rushes towards you, Magnar, like kind of screaming at you. Because they're archers, I can now choose if I want to like assign more enemies to you guys in the melees, but I think these goblins are going to linger back at least for a time being, and they're going to fire more bows towards you because then they can shoot at Primula as well. So we then go into an actual proper combat, basically. And we begin with Old Huffer. As you are in the forward stance, you get to go first. It will automatically add all the bonus dice for you, Zylus. So you just need to hover over the target you would like to attack, which I believe has to be this wolf, and then press T to target it.
Okay.
And then if you scroll up on your little sort of, you get like a bunch of menus at the top. You can hover over that, and if you hover over combat, you'll see longsword, and then you click that, and it will make your attacks for you.
So I have a lot of like other things.
Yes, you can close them as well as you need to.
Okay.
And don't forget, you can spend a hope die as well if you would like.
Yeah. So I've noticed the wolf first. I think that's the greatest threat, and I just grab my longsword and I do a big slash.
Do a big swing. Perfect. Would you like to spend hope on this?
How much hope do I have?
You currently have 10 points, right?
10 points.
Yeah.
I think, I want to make sure that this is, so Huffer has seen enough of the world. He just wants this to be over. You notice when you see him that he's got, while he's not afraid, there's definitely, like, a look of he's not too sure about himself in general.
Yeah. There's uncertainty, right? There's a sort of a gloom about him.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So how do I spend the hope?
So when it brings up the longsword roll, have you got this box up? You'll see that under hope there's like a grayed out D6. If you click on that, it will automatically try and add one for you. So if you click on that, it will highlight, and then it will
bonus
add.
die. Yep. Okay.
And then you just click roll at the bottom, and it should roll it automatically.
And I don't have support from a dice.
No.
What is this feat dice?
So that just automatically is rolling the d12 that you always get, basically. You don't need to do anything about that. This roll isn't favored or ill-favored yet. You just are rolling a normal roll.
Okay, and by a bonus/penalty dice, one of them is lit up?
So that's because you're in the forward stance. You automatically get an
Oh,
extra
it knows
d6.
that.
It
Okay.
knows that automatically.
Cool. All right, here we
Cool.
go.
Look at all those d6s.
Oh,
Oh
look
my
at those
god!
dice.
It's going to be
Oh my
huge!
god!
Big
Dude,
one.
so you should have got a pop-up box which is offering you
I
lots
did.
of options. What would you like to do?
4
Let's see.
6s.
I believe
Five.
each of those
No,
sixes.
four of
Yeah,
them
on the
was,
sixes.
he rolled
Yeah.
6
Yeah,
on 4
yeah,
of them.
So
Yeah,
each
yeah,
of those
that's wild.
sixes, I believe you get to add your strength as extra damage to this.
I have
Oh my
four.
God.
I have 4 specialist successes I can add. Yeah.
And I
my
believe
God.
that, each one of those for a heavy blow, you can add your strength to it, and then you can just
Good
absolutely
start for
smash
Huffer.
this wolf to pieces.
Very
So I
nice.
think, I can only do heavy blow. It looks like on all
You should be
4.
able to click the other ones as well. I can look up
Right.
if there's particular things that you want to know
Oh,
what
yeah, I
they
can.
do.
I can do a pierce even on one of them.
Yeah, so what did you roll? So your d12 die was a 3. So to get that up to a 10, you would need to add 7 to it. And I think they add 2 each, maybe? I'm not sure. They might add more.
Okay, so I can't do that then.
So you would have to spend all of them to do it. And there's a chance that the wolf can deflect it with armor. If you just do damage,
for
you'll kill
every
this
one
thing.
of them. I can add 28 damage from just my heavy blows. So
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
37 damage, please.
Oh my
What did this wolf do to you?
Yeah. What does this look like when you just demolish this wolf, dude?
Oh boy.
You can see my hands trembling a bit, but I do strike assuredly.
It sort of it
and I
lunges
just-
back and it snarls at you, and then in a snap, it like leaps forward towards you, baring its jaws.
Yeah, and I slide to the side, and I just do one clean swoop, and I just chop its head straight off.
Just from like an executioner's
Decapitation.
blade, just this wolf goes limp. It continues flying through the air for a few moments, and then it lands on the ground, and its head just splits away.
Beautiful.
The goblins sort of share a look with one another, like as this occurs. But yeah, Huffer, incredible turn. That is you done there, sir.
Watch out, Master Dwarf!
So Magnar, we then come to you in the defensive stance. So would you like to take the defensive action?
So if I take the defensive action, do I basically give Primula defensive bonuses?
So you
By
have to get a
making-
success. So you make an athletics roll. On a success, the next attack aimed at Primula will lose a dice, plus another dice for each success that you get, basically.
Okay. I think...
I remember it's the next
At
attack,
the
so if I shoot
moment-
her twice, it would only be on the first one.
Quickly gonna grab
Yeah.
a drink.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
think
dude.
ultimately,
We'll take a
because
break
at the moment there's still quite a lot of them, like they still have the numbers, I think I'm going to try to just attack and get them down a bit before
Okay.
I focus on saves.
That's
and
fine.
she's still pretty decently
She's
health,
okay.
so
Yeah,
like,
you,
it's fine,
again,
yeah.
you've got all this endurance. So just don't
Fine.
forget that you will also have -1 dice because you're in the defensive stance.
Yes,
for any
because I'm in a
attacks against
defensive
you.
stance, yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do a little swing against this goblin.
Yeah, with your axe this time.
I'll also spend a hope. Why not? Why not?
Okay, perfect.
It's good. Let's see if I can get some here. Yes.
Okay, probably a hit, but probably just a minor hit here.
Just a hit, it looks
Just
like. Yes, a
hit.
success.
Okay, so
5 damage.
5 points damage. So you see, because you're being defensive and you're kind of casting your eye back, constantly checking on Primula, you manage to strike this goblin, but it's not quite the blow that you really want it to be. And he manages to sort of leap back, stinking dwarf, and sort of snarls at you. But you did catch a nasty gash on his side, but he is still up, I'm afraid.
Don't speak to me, goblin. I'm eligible to get sick just hearing it.
As he kind of this foul black spittle comes out of his mouth as he speaks.
Gross.
And then we just go straight to Primula. So you can make a ranged attack here. You don't have an enemy engaging with you, Primula, so you are free to make a ranged
Oh.
attack.
Would it be worth going for the one that Magnar is engaged with?
You can do
Focus
if you'd
fire.
like to, yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. I mean, you could also, again, if you get lucky, you could probably take out one of these other goblin archers, because they're going to get to shoot back at you. This guy can't shoot at you.
If he fully can't shoot me, it's kind of like I should help Magnar, but also these guys are going to be doing a lot of
think of it narratively, right?
Like fire, right?
You're like seeing Magnar and this goblin fighting. You could take a quick shot, but you're looking up, and on the sort of hillside above you, crouched between rocks, and it's getting darker and darker. You're going to start losing visibility. These guys are like pulling bows out, and you could also tell from the arrows that have passed you before as well. These arrows, they have a foul smell about the arrowheads. Perhaps if one were to strike a wounding blow, it could be quite unpleasant.
Can you change your stances mid-combat?
You, I believe, can change each new round.
Okay, cool.
But you, and not until you've defeated your currently engaged enemy. So you are stuck with this enemy for now.
Fair.
Where I am, do I get an enemy engaged with me or no?
No, that's the whole point, right?
That's what I thought. Okay,
The idea is that because you have two allies who are in close combat and they're drawing the enemies, they have to engage them first. The only way you can get engaged is if they're outnumbered. So if there's like more enemies, or I can, there might be certain types of enemies who can just come and attack you anyway.
Sweet.
So, for example,
I will go for...
a wolf might be able to jump on you, even though the others have, they wouldn't normally be able to do that.
Okay. I will go for one of the goblins that are firing from afar,
and
I will.
For me? Just do a little.
Yes,
hold.
I haven't actually. Oh, I have targeted it. There we go. Wait, there's one down here.
Okay, perfect.
And I will use a hope die because I haven't used one yet.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. This is the time to use it. It's like tutorial combat.
Do it.
It might, unfortunately, just under that 0 is really thing. So
it's never a low roll. It's always the eye.
It's always the eye, which is a big fat 0. So you're firing up, but again, that darkness and like they're crouched between the rocks, and you're panicking maybe a little bit with that Eye of Sauron roll, like oh god, kind of like firing around you.
No!
Unable to find it, and that is unfortunately going to be your turn, which means we go towards all the wolves are dead. So the goblins are just going to take their shots. And I think having seen what just happened, Zylus, are you back yet?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, because at least one of them is going to shoot at you.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. So they're going to take another shot at you this time, and they get a free dice because you're in the forward stance. So they're going to try and do that. That's another heavy blow, I'm afraid. They rolled an 8 on their feet die. I think I'm going to try and make this a piercing blow.
Oh boy.
So, Huffer, I need you to make an armor roll to see if I can wound you, and you're going to take 3 points of endurance as well.
Okay. Right.
So again, if you click your token and you hover over combat, you can then just click protection, and then you can also just do the right click and take your 3 endurance.
So I will spend another hope die on this because I've already taken quite a bit. Yeah, I've already taken quite a bit. Just a quick question, because endurance is not health, even though it's got a health bar on my token.
So it's like your stamina. It could be a little bit of health, like maybe you're getting nicks and cuts, but it's not like health. There's a condition called wounded, which is like, no, you've actually been really hurt. And if you get that twice, you're basically dying.
Okay, and how do we get endurance back?
So resting. Because you're currently traveling, you'll get most of your endurance back when you travel. So
okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So hope point. This is protection. I do have an item.
Yes. Oh, do now.
I have a close-fitting leather corset.
Yes.
Corselet.
Corselet. Close-fitting corset. So you do get to add +2 to this. Yeah. So when you go to make the roll,
+2.
Result modifier +2. That's absolutely correct.
Okay. Done.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that it shouldn't automatically count it in. Yeah. Perfect. You are protected.
Nice.
You are protected. Excellent stuff. So you do take the 3 endurance, but the wound does not. The arrow sort of bounces off the armor, right? It doesn't quite pierce through.
I can't seem to change endurance the way I did it. Oh, there we go.
There you go. I'm sure you got it.
Wait, can I?
You can, if you
19, so I'll
right-click
go
your
to
token.
16 now.
16, exactly. Right, that is the first goblin. The next goblin is going to... this is the one that's next to Magnar, and is going to just try and jab you with his jagged knife. And he gets one less die because you are in the defensive stance.
Oh, is Huffer wary now?
Yeah,
oh, boy.
is Huffer weary?
Yeah, because his endurance has gone below his thing. I will mark that on Huffer. You are weary now, Huffer. But the goblin misses you, Magnar, so you don't need to worry too much. This jagged knife just easily deflected away. The next archer, this one is going to take a shot at Primula.
Okay.
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 Oh
no.
Oh,
dear.
It is a failure. The Gandalf does not help me there,
Oh, good.
unfortunately.
Oh.
I do not manage to quite strike you. Because the Gandalf rune in combat does mean different things to you in normal.
I see.
I think
so
for
it's
you
not
guys,
an automatic
I
success
think for you
necessarily.
guys it is, but I don't think monsters get to do.
Okay,
free,
okay.
Gandalf doesn't
free
help
ones.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they would be better if they rolled a Sauron, maybe. Oh,
No,
no.
I mean, no, it does say that it does. I think I have to still hit, I think. So,
Okay.
I have to get the
Oh.
Gandalf one still hit. But it misses you, so you don't need to worry. And then the wolves are dead. And so this last goblin archer, I think will... I mean, I know it's brutal, but Huffer is out in the open right in front.
Makes sense.
And they're going
Makes
to take
sense.
another shot at Old Huffer.
So what does Weary do for me?
So Weary will... Weary, where are you? I think that's in an earlier chapter. It has it's pretty bad, but it's easy to recover. So when Weary, a play hero, is making a roll, any results of 1, 2, or 3 on your d6s count as 0. So you don't get to add 1, 2s, and 3s when you make a skill roll. So it can really heavily sort of impact you.
Makes sense.
But it's easy to recover because as long as you get your endurance back above your load, you're okay. All right, let's see if I can get another hit on you. No, I don't believe I do.
Nice.
So this one, the arrow goes wide and doesn't quite strike you. So round 2. So Huffer, now we move into this. Magnar, you are locked in. You can't change because you have a creature currently engaged with you. But Primula and Huffer, you can change combat stance if you want. I will tell you, Huffer, that I have to move an enemy to engage you because nothing is currently engaging you. So they have to kind of try and fight you, basically.
I think Huffer, based on his past and the fact that he's kind of just zoned out. He doesn't really notice his wounds, so he's going to stay forward.
Okay, perfect. And Primula, you're going to stay in the back?
Yes, I'm best with a bow, so I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, these goblins are kind of thinking the same thing. One of them has to kind of rush up to engage you to prevent you like charging into his mates. And I think for a bit of flavor, because they've seen how dangerous you are, I'm going to have 2 of them rush you, Huffer, but one of them's going to stay sort of up in the rocks shooting down at Primula.
Okay.
But you start the turn. You are in the forward stance.
Remila, shoot
Huffer.
that one.
So, Huffer, you get to go first.
I'm on it.
Okay. So there's no way I can attack 2
Good
at the
last.
same time, is there?
I don't believe so. No, you can only fight one. You could try and intimidate foes, but that would basically replace your attack and make them less good in combat. But no, I believe you have to attack one at a time. This is movie fighting. Imagine this: like one's rushing up to you, you've got to fight that one, and then you turn around and stab the other one.
All right. I envision it as this guy was running towards me first, but then I noticed that this guy
Coming up
tried
behind
to
you, he's
stab
like trying
me
to.
in the back,
Yeah, exactly.
and I turn around and I slash him instead.
Cool. So just T to target him, hover over him, and then T to target. And
I'm
then
not ready.
make your roll.
And then long sword.
God, Foundry's so good. It just
I
makes
love
it
Foundry.
does
Really good.
everything,
It's
dude.
fantastic.
It really does everything.
Do I spend a 3rd hope point?
I don't think you need it, mate. Well, I mean, if you want to,
No, I
but
won't.
you're
Nah,
already
okay,
forward,
fine.
so you're already gaining
Fine,
an
fine,
extra
fine,
die,
fine.
right? And you're pretty good at combat, so...
Okay. I
it's
don't
up
have
to
any
you.
other modifiers, so I'll stick with this then. But I am weary.
You are weary, that's very
So,
true. That's very true.
I am being attacked by 2 of them.
It's up to you, man. What would Huffer do? Is this like Huffer desperately trying to win?
Not yet, I don't think so.
Okay.
Here we go.
I mean, that is a piercing blow with the 10. Why did that?
It's a failure.
Oh,
It's a
because
failure,
you're
though.
weary. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, no.
The 1, 1, 2, and 3 all count as 0. So even though you got a 10,
Huffer.
so this is like as you've been taking these like arrows and you're like dodging to the side. The journey, like, you know, you've been traveling for days, you're weary, you're tired, and your reflexes are just starting to slow down. And just unfortunately, you narrowly miss on this guy. What would have probably been a killing blow. Your weariness slows down to the point where it turns into a miss, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Magnar.
All right, I gotta get rid of this goblin first because I'm starting to worry that everything else isn't going as they're not dying as fast as I would like. So I'm gonna try to take a big hit on this one. Now, if I spend hope,
Yes.
will that come back to bite me later on? Will there be stuff that is like, oh, but you only have X hope, so this is gonna hit harder, or is it functionally is it basically a resource for me to spend?
It is a resource to spend, but it is not as easy to get back as endurance. So
Okay.
you don't want to go too crazy with it, but it is there to be spent.
Okay, cool. I think I am happy taking one more help than on this attack,
Sure.
I think. So I'm gonna try to get this guy. Let's see if I can get rid of him for one. So
And you can see
put
here
in
with
a
that like
thing.
weariness, like if you start taking a lot of hits and you get weary, it's like, oh, okay, now the fight's actually quite a little bit harder. So you want to strike hard and fast at the beginning as much as you can.
Yeah. Well, the awareness, like reducing all the 3 or below on a 6 to 0, that's rough for
It's
sure.
rough. Yeah.
That's first. All right. So yeah, this is just an attack. We're gonna go for it. I'm defensive, but we should be able to hopefully do something. Here we go.
Yeah.
That will do.
Very good.
Special success. I'm just gonna add some damage. I think that's enough to take him out. So I'm gonna add heavy blow. Unless the fend off will give me more parry. Would that be only against him or against anyone?
What is I believe
It says fend off. Add 1 to parry against next attack.
so I think that's just the next attack against you, so it would be like against a range shot as well. He's
I have a
very
feeling
weak.
they won't really be attacking against me. So I'm gonna just make sure.
Sure.
Just make sure this guy's dead and add the extra 6.
Yeah. 11 points of damage, and I believe that was a piercing blow as well. You rolled a 10.
It was indeed a piercing blow, yes.
So just to
Yeah.
show the rules, I will, for this goblin, I will do an armor roll, just to see if he is instantly killed, even before the damage. And it was a failure, so because he is quite a weak minion, he is just instantly slain.
Good,
you
good,
just
good.
bring the axe down. What does that look like for Magnar?
I sort of like as he's like harrying me and stuff, I've got the shield up, dunk, 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 and then sort of other hand from behind goes for like a massive overhead lunge to split his skull in two.
Love
Legends say that my father could split goblins in half with one blow. Not quite so much for me, but I do split his head in
Split
two
his
at
head.
least.
Good
So, yeah.
enough. Perfect stuff,
Yeah.
Magnar. All right, we then go to Primula.
Okay. Now, that jobber on the hill,
That is a
he
jobber.
can shoot me all he likes. I'll dodge. But Huffer needs help. So
Okay.
Huffer does need help.
I'm gonna shoot.
He's surrounded.
Okay, go for it.
I'll use another hole.
No.
Doing very well.
I imagine that this kind
You're
of makes
new to
sense.
this,
If,
Primula.
narratively,
This Primula.
this is
Yeah.
Primula's. This is like your first time being in a fight, anything like this. These goblins are
never been in a
terrifying. You've just seen them just like, peppering with these arrows and these horrible wolves. This is awful. No wonder like you're struggling to hit these strikes. You got that first lucky one, but man,
Yeah.
this is rough. Rough going. All right. So I've got 2 currently engaged with Huffer. They are going to
Yes.
strike with their jagged knives.
You're gonna miss.
They're gonna miss. They got.
They
oh.
probably
Got the one.
do.
Yes.
Yes. 18, trying to beat your parry of 18. This in melee, you have the advantage here. You parry the blow to the side. Not a problem. The next one is the archer and Primula. They are going to try and shoot you. Afraid of that bow doing damage to them. They're going to fire. And And that is going to be a failure. You nimbly dodge to the side as
Nice.
well. And then finally, the last one is currently engaged with Huffer. And
He's gonna miss.
He's gonna miss.
Shit.
That is a success.
He's gonna hit a little.
2 points of
No,
endurance
indeed.
damage. 2 points of endurance. But that's it.
Fine.
All right. Top of a brand new round. Magnar, you can change your position if you would like to. You can move
I
up
think
to
I would
forward.
like to. At this point on, I'm sensing aggression is better. So far, Primula doesn't seem to have taken much damage. I think she's handling
no,
herself at the
Magnar.
very least. So I'm gonna move forward position.
Perfect. Okay. Let me just change you to the forward position. Perfect. You guys can choose between Magnar and Huffer who would like to go first because you're both in it. I believe it's currently saying Huffer, but I'm actually fine with it being either.
I'm
of you,
happy
basically.
letting Huffer go first.
Okay, Huffer, you're up.
Okay.
Maybe I'm still in the position of reposition.
You're like running forwards,
reposition
axe
myself. Yeah.
held out, battle cry on your lips.
Yeah.
So Alpha's catching his breath, and he's deciding, if I miss on that guy, I'm just gonna turn around and swing on the other guy instead.
Okay.
Do a full 180.
Spin
Big
around with the
slash.
blade. Yeah, love it.
Spin around with the blade. This was my plan all along.
Of course. Of course.
Fell into my trap.
Yeah.
Oh, never
Oof.
mind.
Oh,
I
the
still-
weary really
Yeah, that
hurts.
hurts.
My
It
God.
does.
Really
That's
hurts, my
two,
guy.
2 2s and a 3 that has gone away.
And the thing is you got 11 without it, and these guys are only
Yeah.
13 to hit. So if like you just got like 1-4 there, like that would have
Yeah,
that
it
would
would've
have
been
carried you over. But unfortunately, that
Okay.
weary.
Really learning how dangerous it is to be wary.
All right.
Making me want to reconsider some of my equipment choices, I will say.
Magnar,
Yeah.
but you're fine. You've barely been hit. You're okay.
I'm fine for now,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I mean,
All
I
right,
also I
I'm
got
gonna
go hit
very
by
lucky
9
with
at the
some of those.
start.
That
I got
was
so
definitely a
lucky
rough
with some
one.
of those bow rolls at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. All right, I tried to grab who seems to currently be focusing on Huffer. I'm gonna try to take him out before he gets a chance to notice I'm here.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes. I think I can save the hope for this one because I'm in forward stance now.
Yeah, big roll there.
There we go. There we go.
5
Just a
points
normal
of damage.
success, but
to
yeah.
the one just below you.
Yes. Yeah.
5 points of damage. Again, you strike a blow. It's not enough to finish him, but it is enough to like quite badly wound the goblin. The dwarf, shoot the dwarf! It starts calling out to its archer
Do us
friend.
all a favor and crawl back to the hole you were born in.
Primula.
Yes.
This is it. I believe. I can sense it. The arrow's going to strike
Oof.
true.
Well, Magnar's running, so I'll continue focusing on the boy up top.
You can see him
I'm going to
drawing his
shoot
bow on this dwarf that's run up.
Not on my watch.
Miss.
I miss.
No.
Oh, just under. Oh, it was
I'm
so
freaking out.
close, and you would have been
Comes
such a
out
big
on
hit.
my watch after all.
Oh. Just again, it's so close. This one just pings off the rocks next to the goblin. Oh, just a few more inches to the side, you would have had him. Okay, goblin archer, the one that Magnar, it's gonna try and turn around and hit you. You hit it. It's gonna try and
Okay,
hit
makes
you.
sense.
Gets its free bonus. Oh, it's a big hit. Oh, it's a
Oh
big
boy,
hit.
that's a
Too.
really big hit.
Bonus
What
hit.
are those sixes, friend? Go
I think
on
he's just
now.
gonna. It's 6 endurance he deals to you.
That is a problem because that makes me wary.
Oh God!
Oh dear.
I'm dropping my bow for sure. That is not worth the load. Absolutely
Now,
not.
here's another thing you guys can do as well. You can, because I think you guys have helms, to try and reduce your load, you can take your helmet off. You throw your helmet off to try and like make
Thing is, my
yourself
load is normally fine.
Yeah,
right.
it's just 'cause you-
that
the
really hard
fatigue
hit at
and
the start.
that big hit. Yeah. All right, so that was that goblin managed to strike you. Oh, a nasty, nasty blow. And I think this archer is going to do what his mate said, and he's also going to shoot at you.
Makes sense.
Magnar as well. Now that you've rushed up in that forward stance. That is going to be a success. Another 3 points of endurance.
Oh God!
Chipping away,
Dear.
chipping away. And then
Not
last
good.
one is going to go for Old Huffer. Try and stick you with
He's
his
gonna
knife.
miss.
Just stick you with his knife. It's a piercing blow. Oh, that's right. They don't get it on the Gandalf rune. They get it on the Eye of Sauron
get it on
because
the
they're
eye.
monsters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So it's 2
okay.
points of endurance, and I need an armor protection roll from you.
Okay. So 2 points. Well, I'll do the 2 points of endurance after. Okay.
Now, protection rolls, unfortunately, that weary, it also applies to those protection rolls as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah. I mean, also, this is at the
So,
end of your journey, right? Like, having this encounter at the end of a journey is pretty bad. Because, like, you're obviously super tired, your load is lower, everything else. I believe there's
I'll
just
spend
these
a hope.
3
I'll
goblins
spend a
left.
hope on this.
Okay.
Oh Christ!
No! The Eye of Sauron.
That's the Eye of Sauron.
Oh,
It's
Luckily.
not ideal.
Luckily, this creature's bow is the one that's poisoned, but it does mean that you are wounded. What does
boy.
wounded mean?
yikes.
Wounded. When a player hero is wounded for the first time, they check the wounded box. I've already done that for you. And then they proceed to roll on the adjacent wound severity table. Can you roll a feat die, which is the D12? Please, for me, Zylus. So if you look on the bottom of the chat box, there's like a bunch of different dice symbols.
D12.
Third from the right,
Yeah. The feat die.
and then you just click roll after that.
Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go.
A 6. Oh, I need to. That
Okay.
didn't actually roll it as a special die. A severe injury. The value rolled indicates how many
boy.
days it will take for the injury to mend. So
Oh, boy.
6
Jesus.
days.
God.
So you can note that
6?
on your character day, 6 days. So this is, he
no.
does stick you with his knife. Oh, I've got you, old man. Yeah. And he like jabs it into your side, and it goes through that armor, that leather, that tight-fitting ranger armor. Digs into your spleen as he pulls it out, and you begin to bleed. But that is the end of the turn, which brings us to a whole new round.
Oh, boy.
You guys are locked into your positions, but it is
Yeah.
Huffer up, then followed by Magnus. 3 goblins, guys. Come on, you can do it.
Guy who just
Maybe.
stuck me.
Yeah.
Come on.
I flinch a bit, of course, and I look at this dagger that has just stabbed me. I see the blood, and I go into a rage. I grab my long sword. I swing it as hard as I can.
Come on. Don't miss.
I think he's okay.
Great success.
It's a great. He's
Good.
okay.
Success.
Good. We need
And I'm adding a
that.
heavy blow to it.
Yes. Yes.
13 damage.
So dead, dude. Just again, you swing the blade and it bisects him. It just cuts him in half at the waist. Just rips him apart as he stumbles back from that nasty blow he dealt to you. Excellent work, Huffer. That's 1 down. Then behind you, we see as you kind of split this goblin in 2. Magnar, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go for this guy's already been hit. I'm gonna try to finish him off.
He's injured, dude.
Really
One
try
more
to
good
get
hit.
this. So, the strikes have set in. I'm feeling like a little more sluggish than normal, but I'm gonna try to rally best I can, and I will spend a hope on this because I feel like I might need it. Here we go. Oh, it's a 2. It's still a success though.
It's a
Thanks
success.
all
How much
the-
damage? 5 damage. It's enough. It's enough to finish him off. So you bring the
Thank you,
axe
real
down.
Avatar.
God,
Oh boy.
that 36 damage was really overkill, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
I'll tell you now, Zylus. These goblins have 8 endurance.
Okay, and the wolf?
The wolf, I think, has 11. I think.
So I
Could have
killed
killed 3 wolves
over.
with that
Yeah.
damage.
Triple
Yeah.
Primula. There's just one left,
Okay.
and I will tell you now, this goblin is gonna run. Like he's just seen his friends
just
just
the
get cut in half. They thought that for a second, oh, maybe we can do this. Like that old man looks like really hurt. We can do this, and then he just watched his 2 mates get cut down. He is
Okay.
about to run.
I've been missing the whole time. I'm gonna get
It's
this
just
one.
someone. Yes.
Yes. Is it
There
enough?
we go.
It
This
is.
is not even. Is it?
It's 3 points of damage. It's not enough to kill him, but you hit. He's injured. He takes the arrow in the shoulder. As he turns. And on his turn, he is going to flee into the night.
I want to chase him down.
Would you? Yeah. Do you want to try and chase him down? I will.
think so.
I will let Magnar and Huffer.
Okay.
Make athletics rolls for me. Let's see if you can
Okay.
catch this guy before
Okay.
he escapes.
This is, I have to be.
Dwarves are great in a sprint.
I'm a natural
He is.
sprinter.
He's a natural sprinter. Let's see what Huffer gets as well.
No,
too
Huffer's
no.
a rough one.
Huffer's wounded.
having a rough time. Yeah.
You, Magnar, taken over by this fury. The goblins, your father fought these creatures in the Battle of the Five Armies. You've seen these things take that. This is like your first chance to prove yourself, and you just go sprinting, and this goblin has no chance of escaping you as you just bear down on him and plunge your axe into his back as he goes down, as this one is also killed. And
Oh boy.
with that, we bring this encounter to an end.
Oh boy.
And let me just bring us back to some perhaps a bit more chill music, at least.
What a disaster.
Are you all right, Primula? You old
fine.
man. You look like you
What
took
about
a
Old Huffer?
beating.
I've had worse.
Worst, you're bleeding out, man. Where did my accent go? I don't know.
So
we currently don't see this because we don't have a token available. So might want to put us in the corner or something so we can actually see the pretty art. Oh no, I only see like a centimeter around me.
Oh yeah.
that's all right. I know.
If you
It's all right. I got it.
configure the
Yes, I got it. I forget that it does this where it automatically puts the visual.
there we go.
Oh, lovely.
Now we maybe don't even need. Maybe we don't even need tokens. Try to delete me and see if it still works.
Let's see.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
So
Very nice.
you fend off these goblins and you sort of limp, in Huffer's case, limping back. Primula, what is the state of all three of you as Magnar comes back after finishing off that goblin? What is the scene that we see?
I think Magnar very much like is trying to put on like a tough face, like I was fine, but like it's clear that this battle took a bit out of him. He's not really taken a wound, but like this was a rough fight that he did not expect this close to the Shire, really. So the hits have hit him, and he's like walking a little stiff, basically.
Yeah. And in fact, that's a great point, Magnar. You would know, and Huffer as well. It is very rare for goblins to attack this close to civilization. Something has stirred them, and driven them.
Huffer, I think, is less surprised. He's definitely shaken by the entire deal, but he kind of like acts tough, shrugs it. He shrugs it off, and he tries to take a puff out of his pipe for relaxation, but immediately starts coughing like a madman because of
Oh boy.
Weird. Now, if you would like, anybody, it doesn't have to be Huffer, but anybody can attempt to lessen the severity of Huffer's wound by doing a healing check. So this is like basically attending to the nasty
I think I would
wound.
do it myself.
Okay. So if you give me a healing roll, please, Huffer. And you're lucky you can't make it worse. Let me put it that way. Ideally, you want.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Still a failure.
you wrap bandages around it, but that knife was jagged and it's torn at the flesh and the bleeding. The best you can do is stop the bleeding, but this is going to be a painful wound for several days, unfortunately. You all break camp for the night as this was happening. Pretty much, maybe head along the road a little bit, find someplace a little bit more defended, a little bit more secluded where you can get a camp going. And you can take, normally every night you would take a prolonged rest, but because you have lost endurance, this is like a proper, like, actual rest. Primula and Magnar, you recover all lost endurance. However, a wounded play hero instead recovers a number of points equal to their strength. So because you're wounded, Huffer, you only get your strength score back in endurance.
So I go full up to max on my endurance, basically?
Go up to full up to max.
So
yes.
strength, my strength is 7.
So you would gain 7 points of endurance back. Yeah.
It's the number in the little box, right? Next to
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do we get our fatigue cleared from travel?
Not yet. You have not finished your journey yet.
Oh,
So
we have to finish it. I see.
endurance. So I can add 7, so I'm on 21 now.
21,
Okay.
which hopefully should get rid of weary.
It is 100%.
Yeah. So I believe I need to remove weary from you. Or does it do it automatically?
I don't think it does, but you can alt-click the weary symbol in your sheet. Yeah. You basically, you keep track to see how much your endurance is versus your load.
Yes. So you manage to rest and recover, and though you are injured, that fatigue and that weariness begins to wear off as you recover from the battle against the, goblins that you faced.
I think Primula is asleep immediately.
Just
as soon as
out.
they sit down, just instantly asleep.
So did that count as a day for my 6 days wounded?
That I'm gonna say that does not know, because that was was on the day that it happened.
Sure.
However, because your journey roll, you're gonna complete your journey roll unless Huffer really duffs. Unless Magnar really duffs this next travel roll, you should reach Bree without any trouble. So you awaken the next morning. What's the mood in the camp in the next morning? Like Primula, that was pretty scary. Like, how is Primula dealing with what just happened and seeing Huffer, he's like limping and you can see this blood has pooled at his side. He looks pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever seen anything quite so visceral before, I guess. I mean, she's never really fought. She's just lived in the Shire and it's been very peaceful. So yeah, I think it's quite sort of shocking. She'd probably go up to him and be like, "Are you doing all right?" And but just be a bit just I don't really know how to approach this situation.
I'll be okay, little lady.
Okay, well, you better stick close when we get to Bree. There's a lot of dodgy types there, so you better stay safe with me.
Yeah.
It's not going to be any worse than the wolves and the goblins.
No, Alfred gives a little grin because he remembers that was the advice that he gave for him at the start of the journey. And I was like, "Will do, little lady."
Nice.
I don't quite know why they're this close. Just in between Michel Delving and Bree. Not this close to Brandywine Bridge, goblins and wolves. I know we took a little bit of a detour, but it shouldn't have been this wild. Probably a good idea that Master Baggins assigned both Huffer here and me to this journey, young Primula.
It wasn't Master Baggins that assigned me to this journey.
Oh, it's not. This is the friend he was mentioning then. Who is this friend, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, who was it?
Am I okay to say this at this point?
So would Huffer share?
Who are you talking
it's up
to,
to you.
Huffer?
This is Huffer's
This is out
decision.
of context, yeah.
Huffer's looking up in the sky. Can I even say in a completely different accent? What the hell?
I was sent by Mithrandir, or as you might know, Gandalf the Grey.
Oh,
Gandalf.
Gandalf! Why didn't he come himself? I love when Gandalf comes from the Shire.
Gandalf has some business in Gondor. He couldn't make it, but he sent me in his stead.
So you know Gandalf?
Well, no.
But Gandalf and I go quite a way back.
Oh,
Interesting.
I bet he would
that
have
makes
shown
me
those
wonder.
goblins to his boss.
And I'm sure he would have. I can't imagine there would have been much trouble.
Shame he wasn't here. Well, let him know that he's caused a lot of trouble just letting us go on our own. I bet he knew. I bet he knew there were goblins around here.
I'm
He's
sure
a
you'll
wizard,
maybe,
you know.
I'm
He
sure
knew
you'll be
there
able to
were
tell him
goblins,
yourself,
then-
Italy.
Yeah, he's a wizard. He knows those things. He would have sensed them.
Perhaps, but surely there must be some sort of range to his sensing. He doesn't sense all the way over the world.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he was here, then we would have known.
Well, that's true. But he probably didn't expect there to be any goblins, so he thought it'd be all right by sending Huffer here and me, and that should have been enough. But, well, I'm sure that when we meet him, he'll tag along on our journey, and we won't have to worry about anything like this again.
He sensed me
meeting him?
because he did know.
Oh,
Well, then why did he tell us? He knew there were goblins. That's the Gandalf.
I'll have words with the wizard when I see him next. This is not acceptable. Well, I complain, but this is what I was hired to do. Don't you worry, Primula. Next, the goblins will die before they even get a shot off. I can
I'll be
promise you
having
that.
words next time I see him.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
On that, Magnar, you kind of get everyone gathered together to set up on the last
It's time to
few
move.
legs of your
Rest a little
journey.
bit.
I need a travel roll from Magnar, please.
Yes, indeed. Let's see where we go.
Not Gandalf. I'll knock him out.
Yeah. Look at the fuck out. All right. All right, let's see how this goes.
Oh,
Ooh,
great
very
success. That means
A little
you
speaking of, it's a little Gandalf rune. So
you
yeah.
arrive in Bree without any further difficulties. There also, by the way, since that battle, you would have regained 3 points of hope because you regain one for every long rest,
Ooh.
basically every day.
Hey,
Every time
okay.
you sleep, you gain a point of hope back.
Back
Very
to 10.
good.
Nice.
At the end of your journey, you have arrived at your destination, which
Hooray!
means a couple of things. First things first, you get to try and reduce the amount of fatigue that you have. Every player can make a travel roll. A success reduces your total fatigue by 1 plus 1 point for each additional success. So you can all roll that.
I'm crap at travel roll.
It's not very well suited for it. So
What if I
Magnar,
use a hope
that's
to get
2,
my
so
hope
that's a
back?
great success for you. So 2 successes, you
Okay.
get to remove 2
Oh no,
fatigue.
1.
That's nothing for
Okay.
Primula.
Oh dear.
And then nothing for
Rough
poor
times.
Huffer as well. Fantastic. That will go down, don't worry. But you're probably going to have to spend a few days here in Bree before you
Okay.
go off traveling once more. And in fact, with Huffer wounded the way that he is, that would have been, 1, 2. So it's 2 days of your injury go down as well, Huffer.
Okay.
You arrive in the town of Bree. In fact, I have. And I imagine that perhaps we arrived there during the day. And I will have to just do this other thing where I've got to do the stupid vision thing again. As you arrive in the town of Bree. A bustling town. Bree is not just one place, but really sort of 4 small villages that coalesce together. Those around at the bottom of the hill, and then the town built up onto the hill itself. It is a bustling place full of Bree folk. Shorter than Huffer, taller than dwarves and hobbits, but there is something of dwarf and hobbit and man combined for the Bree folk. They are a jovial, if mercantile, people. And you make your way to the Inn of the Prancing Pony, where, due to the timeline, it is not Barnabas Butterman, is it? Yeah, I think it's Barnabas Butterbur, but his father, Butterbur Senior, who greets you. And that is going to be the end of our very first session, and we will pick up, because that's going to be a wonderful place to sort of begin next time. Barliman Butterbur. That's it. I keep getting confused. Barliman Butterbur. Now, I have some good news for you.
Oh.
Things, experience.
Hey. Level 20? Yay!
But you won't be able to spend your experience points because you're not quite in
Okay.
fellowship phase just yet. All players gain 3 skill points at the end of every gaming session. And you also gain 3 adventure points at the end of every session as well. So you can record those on your character sheets.
What does that mean?
So adventure points are used to increase your valor and your wisdom, which are 2 special stats which unlock special rewards called virtues and rewards, which can be like, better equipment. It can also be like personal virtues that make you more competent or give you special abilities, that sort of thing. And then skill points are literally spent in the same way that we did during character creation. You spend points for a certain amount to increase your skills and so forth and so forth.
Okay.
Normally a good idea to save them up a little bit before you spend them. But yeah, you arrive at the Inn of the Prancing Pony, where I think as we end the session, you arrive to see a cloaked figure. The cloak is of the most beautiful deep blue, and there is a gentle shimmer to it. And as they pull back the hood, you see the telltale long elven ears and long elven hair of a elf of Rivendell. It is not Lady Arwen, nor is it Lord Elrond, but a messenger sent in their place. And that is where we will end this session.
Glorfindel?
Glorfindel? Is it Glorfindel?
Glorfindel?
Thranduil?
Thranduil?
Thranduil from Rivendell.
From Rivendell.
Yeah, it's come to visit.
But yeah, perfect. Thank you guys so much. That is it's
that was so fun.
Not a full
That
3
was
hours,
so
but like
fun.
a nice little taster session here. Thank you so much for checking out home. This is where this little video is going to end. But on the stream, if you'd like to watch this live, come check it out on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. UK time. And then we're also going to do like a little post-game chat after this. But this is where the video, hopefully will be going up on YouTube, will end. So that has been A Glimpse of Shadow, episode 1. And the episode name that I gave this is A Familiar Journey, because it was rather familiar to a certain journey taken long ago, or perhaps not taken in the future.
Not taken yet.
Not taken yet.
In the future.
Yeah. But that is going to be
Fantastic.
it. Yeah, perfect. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.